Yeah, what's goody? What's goody? It's your girl DjEfsclusive with the Nothing Podcast and everything lit, and I'm back with another reaction video. Before I get started, I have to thank my new subscribers, everybody that left a comment, liked, and shared on any one of the videos. As you see, I'm trying to build up my channel. This is a new channel where I react to the culture. I mostly post about hip hop, music, things of that nature, but I have guilty pleasures such as America's Next Top Model, the Tyra Banks show, old talk shows from the 90s and early 2000s as I am 35. I reacted to an old episode of the Tyra Banks show and it got a lot of love, and you guys asked for more reactions similar to that one. So I decided to do something like that. Now, I wanted to get back into the essence of actually reacting to content that I've never seen before, because it just gives off a more genuine reaction and the commentary just feels more real to me. So this is what I'm going to do today. Before I get started, I do want to remind all of you guys that you can shop your Nothing merch. I got a Nothing merch butter snapback over here. You can pick all of this up at nothingmerch.com. That is my custom clothing line. I also do take orders. So hit me up at nothingpodcast@gmail.com and you can make a request for any kind of custom order, embroidery, sweatpants, whatever, what have you. I also have a podcast. It drops every Tuesday at midnight on all of your favorite streaming platforms. That's Spotify, Apple, iHeartRadio, Cast Out, Pandora, Amazon, all of that. The Nothing Podcast with DjEfsclusive. Now, with no further ado, I bring to you a video about Tyra's love life. The reason I picked this video is because if you watched her interview with Corinne Steffens, aka Supahead, Tyra seemed to be very, very, very upset, very, very negative, and it led me to believe that possibly Supahead was involved with someone that Tyra has a history with. So I've decided to react to this video because maybe I or one of you guys in the comments or in the YouTube universe recognizes a guy that Tyra might have dated that was in the Supahead book, which caused her to act like that in the video.
Tyra Banks was just 15 years old when she began modeling, and since then she has earned countless magazine covers and solidified herself as one of the world's top-earning models. As she transitioned into acting and hosting, everyone wanted to be associated with her, especially the industry's most eligible men. Rumor has it, Tyra has been pursued by Tiger Woods, Michael Jordan, and Will Smith.
Tiger Woods? That's interesting.
But in this video, we'll be talking about the struggles she faced in her significant relationships before finally finding true love. Before we jump into the video, it's time to announce our official RRG podcast hosted on Patreon, where you can listen to a catalog of some of our most popular videos in audio format. Plus, you'll gain access to one exclusive, never-before-seen, super messy video per month. Click the link in our bio for more info. Now, let's dive deep into the sad truth about Tyra Banks' love life. While in high school, Tyra began dating a...
Whoa! Whoa! The glow up was real. I'm not gonna sit here and say that Tyra was ugly, because she wasn't. She was still pretty then, but the glow up was definitely real. And look at this guy right here looking like a I'll Be Sure wannabe. All right, Tyra. First time I ever seen this picture.
fellow student named Craig Taylor. We're unsure when they broke up, but after graduating, Tyra was more focused on her career. She was accepted to Loyola Marymount University, but decided to skip out on college to focus on being a model and actress. By this point in her life, she was accustomed to being pursued by men, and there was one guy in particular who was desperate.
Hell, look at this dude right here. He giving her the creep. He's a creep. Look at this dude. Maybe he's starstruck. Maybe he's never been that close to a supermodel before, but he definitely is interested.
For her attention. Def Jam executive Russell Simmons. Vanity Fair reports he was interested in Tyra and many other models up until he saw Tyra's good friend, 17-year-old Kimora Lee Perkins.
Wait a minute, Russell. You dirty old man. You smashed the homie, Russell. You smashed the homie, Russell. Wow, no wonder you be meditating doing all that yoga.
On the catwalk at the Mary McFadden runway show. Kimora told Vanity Fair that Tyra approached Russell and told him, "Leave her alone. She's a good girl. She's not like those floozies that you know." Russell and Kimora ignored her and everyone else.
Yo, y'all remember this? Y'all remember those freaking clips? Back in my more feminine days, I would do stuff like this. Jesus, that's disgusting. This whole outfit looked kind of crazy.
Standing in their way. They moved forward with their relationship once Kimora turned 18, and she said, "Oh,
come on, man. That's disgusting." You heard that? They moved forward when Kimora turned 18. So Russell, how old was she when you first started talking? Yo, that's disgusting, man.
All the girls that were telling me he was no good had slept with him or were trying to sleep with him, I later learned. I won't name names.
The shade. Indicating Tyra was only trying to stop it because she was smashing Russ. Whoa.
It's safe to assume Tyra wasn't one of the women who was trying to mess with Kimora's man, because Tyra later became one of Kimora's 5 bridesmaids on her wedding day. Tyra appeared on the June 1993 cover of Essence magazine looking as fine as ever. The cover caught the attention of director John Singleton's publicist.
Rest in peace, John Singleton. And if you're not watching Snowfall, please watch Snowfall. That was his last contribution to the culture.
The publicist reached out to Tyra and said she might be good for John's next film. She told TV1's Uncensored the audition was held in Los Angeles and John was impressed. She booked the role of Omar Epps' track star girlfriend in the film Higher Learning.
Oh, snap! I forgot about Higher Learning. Shout out to Higher Learning. If you've never seen that movie, it's an African American classic. You got to check that out. And Tyra Duff is in that movie. I won't tell you what happens to her, but she is in it.
That's not the only thing she snagged. John was interested in her, and they became Hollywood's hottest couple. Even though her appearance in the film impressed critics, John wanted Tyra to focus on her education. Tyra agreed it was a good idea and told Entertainment Weekly she wanted to finish her degree before settling down and adopting 5 children. In January 1995, Entertainment Weekly reported Tyra was wearing a diamond sapphire friendship ring that John had given her. The relationship came to an end shortly thereafter. There were countless rumors about what caused their breakup, and many people believe Tyra and the late director had a very toxic relationship. During an interview with Ryan Seacrest, she opened up about a boyfriend who emotionally and physically harmed her. She refused to reveal the boyfriend's name or when the relationship took place.
I don't like that. You see how they got her looking like a white woman? And if you're a white woman watching my video, I mean no disrespect, but Tyra Banks is an African American woman. This makeup is disgusting. Ill.
Because she was afraid the radio host would easily figure out who she was talking about. Tyra did mention that the experience caused her to struggle in dating and relationships. Tyra continued to expose her dating life in an interview with Oprah Winfrey. This time, she spoke about a relationship where things didn't get physical, but behind closed doors, her boyfriend was a nightmare. She said, "There were blows to my spirit, blows to my emotional well-being every day." She turned to her mom and asked her to help her get away from him. However, her mom told her, "You have to do this on your own."
What? I'm going to let her finish before I comment because that's deep.
Will not tell you to leave, and I will not cut you off from him because you'll just run out in the middle of the night and go straight back.
Okay, I can understand a mom saying that. I don't have any children, so maybe the way I feel about it is a little different. But I feel like this. My loyalty would be to my child, not to her relationship and not to the person that she's with. Whether she was going to run back to that person or not, I would cross that road when I got back to it. But if my child was reaching out to me to help her, and I didn't, and something unforeseen would happen, I would never forgive myself for that. I can understand her logic where she doesn't want to get into the middle of a relationship where her daughter is going to go back to the person, and then she's going to have to still be around that person. I can totally get that. But I don't know. You gotta pick your kid always.
With no other options, she made a plan for herself and was finally able to walk away. Tyra began dating musician Seal in the spring of 1995. In an interview with the New York Post, it was noted that 32-year-old Seal divided his time between London and Los Angeles, where he would spend time with 21-year-old Tyra. For those who were disturbed by their age difference, Seal told the Times, "But women mature faster than men."
This is why, if I had a daughter, I would work so hard to keep her away from the industry. This is why I'm the type of blogger and podcaster I am now. I'm the type to expose the nastiness in the music business and in Hollywood and in the modeling industry. How are you going to justify being a pedophile sick fuck by saying that, oh, women mature faster than men? Seriously? Seriously? The reality of the situation is a lot of men like to date younger women because they like to control them, and younger women are easily molded and manipulated to your will. And that's why a lot of older men that date younger women are sick fucks.
They tried to keep their relationship under the radar for the most part.
And isn't he currently married to freaking Kimora Lee or somebody like that? Who is this guy married to? I gotta look that up. Put that up in the comments, because I feel like he's married to someone or dated someone that is also connected to Tyra.
Many people assumed Seal's album Human Being was inspired by the supermodel, but he told Andy Cohen on an episode of Watch What Happens Live it wasn't inspired by her, but we bump into each other every now and then. There's no drama. During the next few years, Tyra would casually date many celebrities, including Rick Fox. During a night out, Tyra introduced Rick to her acquaintance, Vanessa Williams. According to the New York Post, a year later, when Rick and Tyra's relationship went sour, Rick began dating and...
Hey, yo, what the fuck, yo? No wonder Tyra is such a mean, bitter person, bro. Who needs friends? This is the second time one of her friends ends up with a love interest or someone that she talked to. Isn't this against girl code? What the fuck, bruh?
Later married Vanessa. Dating celebrities clearly wasn't working out for her, so Tyra decided to switch things up by dating a regular guy in 1999. He wasn't a new love, though. Tyra rekindled her romance with her high school sweetheart, Craig Taylor. That romance was short-lived, and Tyra moved on with NBA player Chris Webber in 2000.
I remember this relationship. Everybody remember this relationship. Shout out to Chris Webber. I mess with him.
2001. She was spotted at his Sacramento Kings home games and his away games. 3 years after going public, the SF Gate reported Tyra and Chris spent the entire summer together in New York City, and it made them realize they were ready to settle down and exchange vows. The wedding never happened, and they reportedly split in 2004. Tyra spoke with Entertainment Weekly in August 2005 about a relationship that, quote, had not just cheating, but emotional abuse. Tyra said the situation was really bad, but it made her a stronger person. As usual, she did.
I wonder if it was Chris Webber that was messing with Supahead, because Supahead was messing with athletes as well. And her and Chris Webber's relationship ended so abruptly, so strangely. Now, I was graduating high school. I was about 18 years old in 2004. Things were very different. There wasn't like social media like that. Celebrities weren't like on MySpace, and there was no Instagram and Twitter and things like that. Twitter came around in 2009. So we wouldn't have gotten all of the information and the logistics of their breakup then like we would get now. But it was, even for those times, just so sudden.
Name names, but everyone had their suspicions. She was ready to head back into the dating world, but struggled with finding the right guy. During an October 2006 appearance on the Oprah and...
Woo, ladies, see? This is what all that makeup does to you. When you be wearing all that makeup and you don't be washing your face right, see? And then you got to wear the makeup and do all that all the time so you could look like something. This is not okay. I don't like that.
Friends program with Maya Angelou, Tyra stated, "The dating thing is hard, Dr. Angelou. Do you know anybody?" Dr. Angelou instructed Tyra to slow down, smell the roses, and put pen to paper to describe her ideal man.
Rest in peace, Miss Maya Angelou. You will never be forgotten. You are a legend. I love you.
And less than a year later, Tyra finally met the man of her dreams.
This man looked like her father. What? Who the fuck is that?
John Utendahl, the owner of the largest African-American owned investment banking group in the U.S. During an interview on The Wendy Williams Show, Tyra gushed about her new boyfriend, their close partnership, and their desire to have children. Although she also wanted to get married, she admitted that a wedding wasn't necessary to prove their love. While managing her duties on America's Next Top Model and the program Stylista, 34-year-old Tyra was also spending a lot of time with 51-year-old John.
What is with her dating men 20 years her senior? The biggest age difference that I've ever encountered in any one of my relationships, I had a woman that was about 7 years older than me, and I've dated girls where I was maybe about 4 to 5 years older than them. I could never imagine a whole 20-year age difference. That's like my parents. My mom had me when she was 20 years old. My dad was like 19 himself. Like, that's crazy. I could never imagine me being 35 dating someone that was in their 50s, or me dating someone who was, if I'm 35 and I'm 20 years older than the girl, she's 16 right now. Come on, man.
Who was based out of New York. She moved her talk show from LA to New York, and many believed it was because she wanted to be closer to her boyfriend. She told the New York Times, "I would never move the show for a man. It was because I prefer the pace and excitement of New York to Los Angeles." In 2009, there were rumors they had gotten engaged, which Tyra denied in a since deleted tweet. Sadly, in the fall of 2011, she and John broke up. Page 6 reported John had already moved on with, quote, a leggy Russian model. In December of that year, Tyra packed her things and went on what was described as an eat, pray, love style trip to Bali. An insider called it a spiritual retreat, but the getaway turned into an opportunity for Tyra to find someone new.
How you want to retreat trying to find yourself and you end up finding a man? Well, they say that's what happens when you stop looking, they come, huh?
People magazine reported that while in Bali, Tyra met a native of the Indonesian island and they clicked. She returned to New York and the two began a long-distance relationship. Tyra was reportedly so smitten by him, she flew back to Bali to spend some time with her new boo for the holidays. It's unclear what happened between the two of them, but by 2013, Tyra was kissing Bow Wow on an episode.
What? I missed that. I missed that. What? Yo, Bow Wow gets the draws. Bow Wow gets the buns, bruh.
Episode of 106 in Park. And in January 2014, there were rumors she was dating Uber investor Shervin Pishever.
Come on, Tyra. What the? What? That's nasty. I can't believe that. What? But who is this other dude?
Tyra was kissing Bow Wow on an episode of 106 in Park.
Look at his face.
And in January.
Who is that? This is like desperation, Tyra. Like, this is like, I'm just looking for love in anywhere now. Like, what? He don't even look at his shoulder pads. What is he? Come on, Tyra.
In 2014, there were rumors she was dating Uber investor Shervin Pishever.
Yeah.
Tyra shut that rumor down by providing Access Hollywood with a photograph of the man she had been quietly dating since 2013, Norwegian photographer Erik Asla.
Oh, black men keep doing you dirty, so you're crossing over. I ain't even mad at you. He looked like Chef Ramsay.
They met when Erik appeared as a guest on the Norway version of America's Next Top Model. 2 years later, in January 2016, 42-year-old Tyra told People magazine her dream finally came true.
He def looked like Chef Ramsay.
She and Erik welcomed a baby boy named York via surrogate. But just 6 months later, Page 6 reported she and Erik's relationship was hanging by a thread. An insider told the website that the first few months after their son's birth added stress to the couple's relationship.
You mean to tell me you had to go get a surrogate to have a baby just so you could start having relationship problems over a child? Do people not expect that when babies enter a relationship, things change?
Erik had reportedly told family members he was looking to move out of their LA mansion and into his own apartment. The couple finally announced their breakup in October 2017 after close to 4 years of dating. Although their relationship was over, they were committed to co-parenting their son, and Tyra also received a lot of help from her mom. She told ET Online that she, her mom, and her son developed such a close bond. They would all get into the bed together and relax. The three-person slumber parties had to take a back seat in August 2018 when she began dating Canadian businessman and father of one, Louis Ballinger Martin.
Hey, yo. Tyra Banks boxes like a pet cemetery. Jesus. Like man after man after man after man. I'm not mad at her. I'm not mad at her at all. Nobody wants to die alone. We all want love. But Lord have mercy. How many more is there?
By November 2019, Page Six reported they were living together, but Louis was also spending a lot of time at his other residences, including an apartment he shared with his ex-wife in England, a home in Barbados, and a home in Quebec.
Yeah, you was the side piece, Tyra. That was hardly your man. Hardly.
In April 2019, the entertainment industry was rocked when Tyra's ex-boyfriend, John Singleton, passed away at the age of 51 after suffering a stroke. Tyra sent her condolences in this tweet. As of this video, things appear to be going well for Tyra and Louis. An insider told Page Six they were a pretty happy couple. There were rumors that they had gotten engaged after Tyra was spotted out with a ring on her finger. But in September 2020, Tyra confirmed they weren't engaged but were still together. A friend described the couple as very, very much in love. And we're so happy Tyra has found the loving relationship she deserves.
I guess, but listen, I'm not trying to be in a relationship with somebody that got like 5 different residences and one of them is with your ex. That's a little different. It sounds like they've agreed to have an open relationship. It doesn't seem like that's a whole full monogamous relationship. But I can tell you, based on what I've learned from this video, I can certainly understand why Tyra was so bitter and why she felt the need to come at Supahead that way, because her experience with men is awful, from them being way too old, for them possibly emotionally and mentally abusing her, maybe even a little bit of physical abuse down the line. It does seem like Tyra does have a hard time picking the correct man to love her, and I am sorry about that. I don't want any woman to have to experience any level of mental or emotional abuse, but hey, who am I? I am just DjEfsclusive of the Nothing Podcast and Everything Lit. It might not mean nothing to y'all, but I'm about to get up out of here. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. Yeah.